Hello everyone, so here it's Goldie, and yeah, at a cemetery because we had the COVID vaccine, plus I wanted to stop in at a funeral. um, Looks like there was 3 funerals going on here. A lot going on in this little neighborhood, well, big neighborhood, so much so they have nowhere to put the dirt. They haven't been able to haul out the dirt, but wanted to go over this vaccine. Hello. Hey. I don't see me. I guess I can turn that around. Hey, everybody. So I think I'm going to turn on I don't know. It's not too cold here. So this is second week of the vaccine, and this week I took it. And there wasn't really a whole lot in line. I went in after lunch break, so and yes, I do work days. Sometimes 4 a.m., sometimes I work from home, right? Anyway, such is the life. Plan a lot of stuff. I'm not really a frontline worker. I do sometimes, but frontline workers do work for me, so I made sure that they got theirs. I was gonna wait for Moderna. I don't know when that's available, but they wanted to get this out to us, so we have the Pfizer. So what it says is basically a little bit about the SARS, and if you note down here, it is not mandatory. There is no FDA approved vaccine, so they issued this for emergency use. And also they have a place where the fact sheet is that you can go read for yourself. So it says the FDA has authorized emergency use of the Pfizer BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine. Someone had asked about diabetes. Now you can get this injection if it's diabetes. It's intramuscular into whatever arm you want, upper deltoid left or right. If you have a bleeding disorder or on a blood thinner, is some caution, but we have been giving it to people on Coumadin, HIV, pregnant, breastfeeding, and so on, because the tests aren't really available with that, or all the studies aren't completed on that. And let's see what their studies say. This is kind of in layman's terms, so it's good. Gives a little bit about the ingredients. And that's all, formulations, scientific formulations. So this one is 2 doses, 3 weeks apart, or 21 days. Get it on a Friday like me and have a happy weekend, right? Okay, it does say in clinical trials, you do have to be 16 and older. In clinical trials, they tested 20,000 people who've had at least 1 dose. So they got ongoing clinical trials. Okay, so it does say the duration of protection against COVID it's currently not known. So what are the risks? The risks are injection site pain. It was just a little sting, just like you get with your flu vax or your pneumovax, which I highly recommend pneumovax because that's 26 strains of pneumonia. People get COVID, but then again, after a while, it turns into, oh, that's me. Hi, everybody. It does turn into a pneumonia, which, a bacterial pneumonia could set in too. So because of all the fluid that's just hanging out, it's an allergic reaction, basically. And your body goes into cytokinesis, which is production of inflammatory response. So that's where your lungs and everything get gunky. Also, that's where the blood clots come. And those do come 4 or 5 weeks later, I've noticed. Everyone's fine and then all of a sudden they get a stroke or something, and that's COVID, not the vaccine. I don't know anything about this vaccine, just a little bit. So tiredness, headache, muscle pain, chills, joint pain, fevers, all the stuff that you get with the flu vax. You could get that with the flu vax. Swollen lymph nodes, feeling unwell, nausea. Never got swollen lymph nodes with the flu vax, but those are the things that you can. And those are the low things that can happen. Now, there's a remote chance it could cause a severe allergic reaction. A severe allergic reaction, it usually occurs a minute within an hour of getting the dose. You know, if you're going to react to something severely, it's going to happen when it hits your system immediately. Either your body likes it or not, basically. So, you know, like when you get a bee sting, you need an EpiPen, stuff like that. Difficulty breathing, swelling of your face and throat, rapid heart rate, and if you get a bad rash, dizziness and weakness. Okay, again, it says this might not be all the side effects, because really, you know, they're not completely sure. Again, it's FDA recommended only. It's not approved. It's approved for emergency use. And with all this going on, and with all that going on, you know, it's probably a good idea. And yesterday was the deadliest day in America. It was like, what, 4,700 deaths? Ours have slowed down a little bit for now. We had quite a few last week and the week before. And it hit, again, hard about 3-4 weeks ago. Not as hard as April, but it's a slow, steady stream, like 15% of the population. And I do know that for, you know, because I do work in public health. Under. Number 4. How's that? Oh, yeah, it's been a rough year already, but being optimistic. Okay. No, the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine does not contain SARS and cannot give you COVID-19, all right? Somebody said that they got that. I don't know. Here it says it does not. So if you do have any side effects, please report to Pfizer. There's their thing there. If you get it, please report to Pfizer, because it's very important, because that is part of the study. They do give you a vaccination card. I don't know how much it costs. It seems to be free, because it says either you have insurance or not. So I don't know. We're doing healthcare workers. Everybody's free. But of course, you know, and it's CVS that we worked with. So CVS pharmacists are doing it. Didn't need any help from our nurses. They set it all up. And they're there from 11 a.m. to like 5 p.m. 2 days a week. The other days we're doing COVID testing. And we have 5 different sites. Then there's some CDC and FDA, which you guys probably already have CDC. We do have it's a state or local. We do have it locally registered Philadelphia. County is Philadelphia. It's the same thing. So that they know that it's time for your next one, or if it's too long, you might have to repeat the whole series of 2 again. And Moderna, I hear, is 2 too. We don't have Moderna yet available for us. They came out heavy duty with this Pfizer, and that's what we had to go with. And we did, as soon as we could. the vets got it first, I think right before Christmas, and that's it. At the veterans, and then, which is federal, the Veterans Hospital and Homes. And they're reiterating that it's only FDA approved under your emergency use, yada yada. And then of course Pfizer New York, and then of course it was in Germany and Michigan too. Ours is flown in from Michigan, so that's it. Anyway, rest in peace, old fella. Actually, that's not the funeral I stopped in on. We had two good friends die a month apart, so a good friends that I known in work, so not nurse, not any healthcare workers. So we've had a couple of healthcare workers. We had a bunch get sick, and a few hospitalized. Probably about 15 healthcare workers I know have hospitalized, and we have had one death early. The first wave was one nurse death. So carry on, healthcare workers, brothers and sisters in healthcare work that do actually are making a difference in this world. That's it. I recommend you guys read everything and make your own decisions. It's not mandatory. They're not going to make it mandatory yet. You don't know when the future holds what. I know the flu and the Pneumovax, all that's not mandatory, but it is if you're working in around certain populations. So if you're in healthcare, yeah, you probably end up having to have this vaccine, but it is not mandatory because it is not FDA approved. And I would say it's 50-50. 50% are not getting it. They're waiting. So, and there wasn't a long line. When I was doing the vaccine early in the week, when I was actually organizing it and everything, there was long lines. But now there's not with when it came to the healthcare workers. When it came to the healthcare workers, it's about 50%. But the residents, departments, going door to door is what we're doing now. In public health, in public housing, we're going door to door. So we're setting teams out on that, and I've done that before. I've done that overseas with Red Cross, and that's a good, effective way of getting it out to the people. A lot of people that can't get out of their houses, or they don't have the transportation, or can't stand in lines, can't wait. And plus, you don't want big crowds. You really don't want big crowds right now, not for a while. So that's it. That's it from Goldie. Hope it's a little bit hopeful. It's kind of a spur of the moment. I'm a busy lady, so but I try to keep it real, and I try to keep cool with everyone. So everyone, have a good day, and I'll see you soon.